Hi guys, it's Night Fear, and I have come on today to share what I'm reading for middle grade March. Now, this readathon is hosted by Life Between Words and Books and Jams, and it goes from March 1st through the 31st. So it's the whole month of March. And basically what they want you to do is just read some middle grade books. Now, there are 5 challenges and a group read. And I'm just going to show you what it is I'm going to read. And I have a couple other books that I had already planned on reading that fit into this, so I'm going to share those with you too. So the first challenge is to read a nonfiction, or if you don't like nonfiction or can't find a good nonfiction book that you like, a book that's based on true events. Now for this one, I did actually find a nonfiction book, and it is Gabe and Izzy, Standing Up for America's Bullied, and this is by Gabrielle Ford, and that's her right there, and that's Gabby, or Gabby, as I'm assuming it is. And basically what this book is about is when she was younger, she developed a degenerative muscle disease, and she started to be bullied for it because she was actually in a wheelchair. And then she got her dog, Izzy, and Izzy actually developed a disease similar to that. And so basically this is I guess basically is the word for today, guys. So this is the book that's going to tell her story. And now I think they go around, her and Izzy go around and try to stop bullying. So it looked like a really good book, and I had never heard of her and Izzy, so I decided I would read about them. And that's the first one. The next one, they wanted you to read a non-human character. And it can be either a main character or a side character that's, pretty much a side character that's almost a main character. And as I was looking, I saw this book, and it's The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. And this is by Kate DiCamillo, who is the one that wrote The Tale of Desperado, or Despero, not Desperado. The Tale of Despero, which I own and have read. I read last year and absolutely loved it. And when I read the synopsis for this story, it reminded me so much of The Velveteen Rabbit. A little bit. I mean, not exactly, but and that's one of my favorite children's stories. So this is about a bunny, and he's a China rabbit, and he is owned by a little girl, and he is very all into himself and thinking he's special, and he doesn't have anything to do with anybody else, and he ends up getting lost. And this book is a 20-year journey of his self-discovery, I guess, or I guess what he discovers. But it just sounded really good, and it just, like I said, as I was reading it, I just thought about the Velveteen Rabbit and thought, oh, this is going to be a good one. And because I enjoyed her other story so much, I decided to try it. Now, I actually have this on hold at my library, so I'm hoping that book comes in and I can actually read the physical copy, but if not, I do have it on my Kindle. So, yeah. As my library lately, I've had a few books that they say they have, and that I've put on hold, and that they've lost. But this one is actually, its computer says it's checked out by somebody. So, the next book is, or the next challenge is fantasy. And so I found this book, and it's Dealing with Dragons by Patricia C. Red, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce her name. And this, I believe it's a series, because on the side it says Enchanted Forest Chronicles. So I'm thinking this might be a series, like I need one more series, but it's a cute little series. Or a cute little story, it sounds like, so the series should be cute. But this is about a youngest princess who doesn't fit in. And she it's from the description, it sounds like she's a little tomboyish. And so she decides to go and live with the dragon and be the dragon's princess. So you know how, middle grade goes. And so we can, it says on the thing that she she, where is it? Oh, she gets involved with a witch, a djinn, a death-dealing talking bird, a stone prince, and some very oily and disreputable wizards. And, of course, lots of dragons. So, I'm always here for a dragon book. So, it does sound interesting. And it's not that long, which is always good for a readathon. So, yeah. So, I'm curious to see, and I've never heard of that one. So if you guys have ever read Dealing with Dragons, let me know, and let me know what you thought about it, because I've actually never heard this one. And I think this is an older story. Let me see what the copyright. Oh wow. What does it say? 1950. Oh, it must be her. Okay, 1990. So, I was younger. I don't know. I don't know why I've never heard of that one. Anyway, so the next one is written in verse. Now, I was supposed to get to her Brown Girl Dreaming, and once again, I have not gotten to it. Unless I read it today. There's still time today. I don't know. I might try. But this one, I decided to try Locomotion by Jacqueline Woodson. I might do Brown Girl Dreaming instead. I might do it too. I'm not sure. But it'll be one of those two books. By Jacqueline Woodson. And I know Brown Girl Dreaming is about her life, poetry kind of about her life. I'm not sure if Locomotion is too, but I thought I'd try it. Because like I said, I was supposed to have already read Brown Girl Dreaming when I made this TBR. And so that's why I didn't use that one. So, yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll read one of the two, maybe both. Just have to see how this goes, and not plan anything because I had a lot of plans for this month and it didn't go quite how I wanted, even though I've read a lot of great books, but you guys will see that later. The fifth and last actual challenge is to read a diverse book. And those of you that have been around know that my youngest son, who is 7, is autistic. And so I've made it a goal to try to read any and all autistic books that I hear about. Well, and I can't remember who I heard this. Somebody was talking about this one. And it's The Someday Birds by Sally J. Pla. And so this is about a boy who has autism. I believe it's a boy. It's usually, yes, boy, Charlie. Who has autism, and his family goes on a trip, and something about his father having some kind of brain cancer or something about his brain. But it sounds really good. And so, injured in Afghanistan. Okay, his war journalist father was injured in Afghanistan. And he lives with his grandmother. And his father heads from California to Virginia from further medical tests. So he goes with his dad. Okay. So anyway, but it's an autism story. So I'm all about that. And it's actually pretty good size for a middle grade book. 320. It's not a lot, but for a middle grade is usually a little thinner. So, but this one hopefully should be good. Now, the group book, I don't always participate in group books because a lot of times I can't get them. And so this one, I was surprised when I looked it up. My library actually had it. And it's called Sweep, The Story of a Girl and Her Monster by Jonathan Auxier. But this is about a girl whose father disappears, I believe, and she has to become a chimney sweep. And in the process of doing her chimney sweep duties, I believe, she finds a monster. And I'm not going to read, because that's how it's been explained, from the people that have explained this book. And that's all I want to know, because I kind of want to go into this one a little blind. Oh, and this one has deckled edges. Yes, I am a deckled edge pro, or not pro, but pro deckled edge. There we go. I know a lot of people don't like deckled edges, but I do. So, but this one sounded really good, and I'm really excited to start this one and to read this one. and to just be able to participate for once in the group book. So, but yeah, so I'll let you guys know how it is. And then some other ones that don't fit into challenges, but that I'm going to be planning on reading because I'm doing some other readathons and things. I'm also going to read the Battle of the Labyrinth by Rick Riordan, which is the 4th book in the Percy Jackson series. I did have this on my TBR last month or January. I can't remember, but I didn't get to it. And so I want to continue, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity. So I threw it on another TBR, and it is a considered a middle grade series. So I will be continuing that one. And I will be continuing with the read along that I'm doing with Bex and Books. And no, not Bex and Books. What is her channel name? I can't remember her channel name. Anyway, we're doing the How to Train a Dragon read-along. And this is the 6th book. Wow, we're on number 6 already. By Cresta Cow, and this one is A Hero's Guide to Deadly Dragons. And I've been really enjoying these. I missed out on these also when I was a kid, so I'm enjoying them as an adult. And then another read-along that I am participating in, and this is one that I never thought I would enjoy, these books I would enjoy, and that's the Artemis Fowl read-along. And this is the 3rd book, and this one is called The Eternity Code, and this is by Ian Colfer. And these are really, really good books, guys. If you haven't checked out Artemis Fowl, I really kind of recommend you do. He was 12 in the first one, 13 in the second one. I don't know how old he's going to be in this one. But he is a genius. And in the first one, he is trying to steal fairy gold. In the second one, he's trying to find his father. And this one, I think, is something about somebody steals something from him or kidnaps him or something. But he's just this criminal mastermind. And then he ends up with these fairies. And the fairy world is different than any other fairy world I've ever experienced. And the concepts and things are a little different. And some of the characters are absolutely hilarious. And I really enjoy it. And I'm going to try to see, actually start collecting these books and seeing if I can get Kaylin to read them, because she's being kind of finicky now when she's reading, even though she is reading Renegades, and liking that. So I don't know. It's something about her and Marissa Meyer. They just click. So anyway, guys, that's all for my middle grade March. I might see, there might appear some other ones, who knows, because if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that me and TBRs, it's just kind of a, whether we hang out or not, it's, So I do try to stick to them, but sometimes I read other things or find other things. But since I have a lot of the library books, the actual physical books, I tend to read them if I have them. So anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know down below if you've read any, if you're participating in middle grade March. If you have any suggestions for middle grade books for me to read, let me know down below. I haven't been the greatest at answering comments, but I have tried to be a little better. And please remember to always be kind to one another, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.